Hey guys, Mitsuru Jones back again with Pillars of Eternity. And if you remember correctly, we did pick up an extra person, which was Sarah Green here, and we got her little line here. Now, for whatever reason,
Yes?
I guess I forgot to save it or something. Sarah Green did not save with the rest of the crew, so I had to go back and actually remake her. Change the name of the line to Iggy. Don't know why, just decided to do it at the last minute. And if you remember correctly, in the last episode, we had some kind of weird and wild dream. So I believe I have to go back to the tree and talk to a dead dwarven woman. So let us do that now. And I'm guessing that's probably it. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. That's pretty disgusting. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. So we are going to go ahead and reach out for the woman. Uh-oh, here we go. Spirit world time. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with this new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. So telepathy, that's what you're trying to say. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog. Her body still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. Okay? The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you. Alright, that's definitely creepy.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
An interesting woman. Okay. Let's go with... I need to understand something that's happening to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Just going to turn down the volume on my screen here just a little bit, so hopefully that won't come through so much in the video. It was a little bit loud, so I think I'm going to ask what's a watcher, because I have no idea.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
Alright, we need to know what the Batwhack did to me. So I'm going to ask this question here. I think I survived the Biowhack. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Alright, well that didn't really seem to answer my question.
Maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Alright, well she definitely knows she's dead.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think. Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Okay.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Well, apparently I'm a watcher. His eyebrows arch. His eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that was interesting. He gives you a sly grin, and I can expect that explains how you survived a Biowhack. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they are rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, he coughs, as you have just demonstrated. Okay, well,
yes?
Looks like we got a new quest to do here. Ooh, this guy didn't talk before. What do we got? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthly and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origins, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. Okay, as a meaty hand, huh? He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Okay, what are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Well, that's sad. Olive frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Oh, okay. So he's what, placing bets on when I'm going to be hung? And apparently he'll be hung first, so he'll never know. Or win the bet. What was it about that dwarf?
You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person.
Well, that's just cruel. He looks at you for a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Oh, so Radric is what? I guess that's a title like king instead of a name? Well, that's interesting. What do I want here?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
None taken.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Ooh, the war. Tell me of this war. Saints' War, only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's been the living incarnation of Ethelos. Overthrows Red Ceres, marches on Dryerwood, so we gave him a Dryerwoodian hello? Okay.
We blew him up.
Ooh, is that all? God of Rebirth and Redemption, formally anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Okay. Okay, so some dude got involved. Roderick sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsik, plotting Ridrick's overthrow. God, I hate all these fantasy names. It's driving me nuts. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Okay, so they hung him for that. Okay, who's this Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. And what's the town got against you?
Wrong God. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. And one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Okay, so you really don't like this village. Farewell. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Whedon's legacy started with Weedwin. Okay, we could travel together. Where are you headed? Cade Noir, I guess, is where I'm headed.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say Watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. I don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
Oh, don't be so sure. That's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Alright, fantastic. We got ourselves another person here. And Appears as though he is a 3rd level fighter. Okay, that's good news. And he's already come up with a good half to his next level, which is nice. So now, let us go to here. Go to our custom formation setting. And lay about the way I want people to be. So I am a paladin, so I'm going to be here. This is a mage. We need him in back. She is a hunter, so we'll bring her back there as well. And we want the 2 warriors up front. And we'll put the lion in the middle. Spread us out just a tad here. That looks like it'll work for now. We'll go ahead and go with that. So now that that is saved, I'm going to go formations. We're going to pick this one here.
Of course.
Oops.
Yes?
And that is kind of the way I want it here. I'm going to put the line here just in case. These 2 guys should get in front of anybody that comes up on us. But in case something makes a beeline for either one of these 2 characters and they're not melee characters, I want the line to be able to interrupt them. So we'll go ahead and move in this direction here. Now, this was the temple that he was talking about to Ethelos, I believe is what his name was. And I do remember seeing some stairs here, so we're going to go down here first. Check this place out. Wielding a single-handed melee weapon and no shield confers an accuracy bonus on every attack. Okay. And what do we have here? This looks like a fellow. Let's talk to this fellow. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by a dim illumination of the fading scones. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damped with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Oh, have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. He angles a look up at Eder. Paying your respects, Ethelosian? He manages a pained grin. A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say. Safer down here than up there, even with the rats as big as they are. A faint edge of hostility belies elder playful tone. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best. Times being as they are, he groans and shifts positions, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. No one of those types either. Wharton jerks his chin towards Eder. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you warily. Maybe you have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points his fingers upwards. The ruins around us used to be the temple of Ethos, a sacred god, a grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over Briarwood, from Red Saris even. Not so much from Red Saris these days. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Ridrick decided he'd been too lenient on the Ethosians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried, under a heap of rock. After that, Redrick ordered his temple sealed. It's been years, like that, up until recently. Lord Ridrick hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, that will be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Weirton licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. It doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, that doesn't sit very right with me either. If you can get down there, find the remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Whitten breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. Ayla's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see someone around here that has a shred of respect for the dead. Yeah, I'll find him. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you can get past them, the priests would have been down there on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick scones, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out, and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Okay, so
Yes.
creepy old temple. Try to find the bones of the priests. We got several options to go through. Let's try this place first. Oh, we run into our first enemy here. Okay, so now that it's automatically paused, I guess we get to take what we want here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the marked prey on this Will-O-Wisp. Let's get this guy on it, and this guy on him. And let's see where we lie. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have this guy cast one of his spells. We'll do the magic missiles, or minor missiles, I guess is what it's called here. And I can't see him, but I think he'll go to a place where you can see him. I'll hit unpause. Alright, now, just in case she doesn't automatically attack, we'll go ahead and do that. And it looks like they've turned one of my people against me, which really blows.
How may I help?
Let's pull another magic missile out of our ass here and hit this guy again. And it looked like he broke out of it. We're also going to put the lion here in the way and get him working on somebody as well. And it looks like this guy's taking the worst of it right now, and he's turned bad again. And it looks like he's got out of it, so it looks like we're good to go now. So he should heal up. And, and he does. Let's go ahead and grab what this thing dropped. Spirit residue. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, let's get these people moving. Okay, nothing? I got nothing? Oh, there we go. The parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink upon it faded. Damn it. Is this time of hardship? Must have just... What? Must have just as much faith in ourselves. Okay.
Yes?
Whatever you say, man. Not seeing anything else I can grab here, so let's continue on. Ooh, we got a couple levels up here. I don't know if that was the way it was before, and I just didn't realize it. So, let's see. We get to pick out some skills. Lord, sounds like a good one to have. Survival, you might want to use that, buddy. And we'll put him a little stealth, just in case we need that later on. And, ooh, I get to pick some more spells, huh? Looks like 2 of them. Okay, and level 2 spells at that. I guess I could pick more level 1 spells, but I don't think I really want to do that. And I can't pick anything higher, so level 2 spells it is. That looks pretty cool. Creates a lance of pure necrotic energy, causing corrode damage instantly and over time. I think I will have that one. And what's this? A cloud of heavy fog settles in the minds of those in the area of effect, dulling senses and wits. Inflicts penalties to perception, intellect, and resolve. No, I don't really want that. Fetid carcass? Oh, fetid caress. My bad. The target becomes paralyzed, afflicted with boiling pustules of foul-smelling liquid, and erupts from their skin, sickening those nearby. You know what? I'm gonna go with that. And it looks like I got no new talents to unlock, so we'll go ahead and finish that up. And then for the paladin. Sweet, sweet paladin o' mine. We'll do another in athletics and another in survival. Oh, what the hell. We'll do another in lore, too. And that should finish that up. And it looks like we get something else here. Paladin ability. Lay on hands. Yeah, that sounds good. We're definitely going to want to heal people at some point, I think. Probably should hire a priest here pretty soon, too. But we got our party for now. Let's move. Let's get a move on. And the most important is to have the 2 big bodies in front. Ooh, spider. Alright, let's go ahead and tackle that spider there. And we'll bring the lion in on him as well. She can go ahead and just shoot him with a couple arrows. And more spider. More spider. Can you get there in time, buddy? Why don't you go over there and get that?
Feels like poison.
Don't want them breaking through. I don't want to use the mage's spells just yet.
Feels like poison.
You only get a certain amount a day. Even though this is not based on Dungeons and Dragons, it does have a lot of mechanics. At least the spells do. To Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm going to save up some of the spell casting for a little bit later here. And that is her, right? Good. Go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? Everybody, attack this thing. Uh-oh.
Got to get free. Feels like poison.
That might not be good. Why don't you just attack this thing? Oh, okay, go back to attacking that. Now attack this thing. Those two guys are on that. That's excellent. Nobody is dying. He's a little hurt, but he'll be alright. Shrug it off, Paladin. Golden. Alright. See what else we got up in here. Uh-oh. The nearby crystals light in the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at a certain angles the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers as if with summer heat. The very dust in the air seem to pull together until a thin glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Who are you? Your voice sparks movement. The spirit surges with a sudden blazing light, and in the next moment you are somewhere else, your mind assailed with a sudden wave of fear and noise. You are in a chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd, spilling into the hall. Bodies press against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the faces around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candles and the room is dark, save for the podium, lit from behind. Two people stand before it, lit in a silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he says. But the rectrix stands calm, unmoved. Her strength will see you all through these dark times. You feel that hope, like a spark behind your ribs, somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. The spirit tears itself from you with a sudden dizzying force, and you find yourself back in the ruined altar, swaying. The spirit fades as suddenly as it appeared. Okay. So I am seeing the past, I guess? What's this here? The face of the statue has most of its features struck off along with portions of its hands. Alright, well that must be the dying god. Let's see what else we got around here. More experience to be gained, more loot. Alright, what do we got in here? Uh-oh. We got some Skulder. We got Skulder! Alright, to do a quick thing and make sure everybody's attacking somebody, I'll do that first. I'm going to bring the paladin at him. And we'll unpause for now, change as needed.
Feels like poison.
That'll work for now. Oh, and that guy exploded. How much has this guy got left? Did I kill both of them? Yeah, I guess one exploded and the other one just fell dead. So let's go ahead and grab some Skulder ears. And let him heal up, and then we'll move forward. Ah, and more, as I had suspected. Let's get that Skulder with him, and this Skulder with this guy. And then you three attack. For whatever reason, maybe it's my mind's eye playing a trick on me, and we'll attack that guy. And I want the lion to hold back in case anybody gets through. It doesn't look like they are, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lion on this guy. Ah, I was wrong! Well, it's too late now. What about you and your magic spell?
How may I help?
What do you got? Cone of Flame? No, that'll burn the other guy, probably. The caster's hands become as cold as to freeze what they touch. Let's do that.
I feel.
Well, I didn't freeze him. And now because of that, oh, he died. Well, he's not dead. He'll get back up at the end of the battle.
I'm here.
Grab the Scolder ear and the other Scolder ear. And he's back up in health, but everybody's bar is starting to get pretty low here. Let's double check. I don't see, well, there's another door, but let's see if there's anything else here. These prayer scrolls are coated in a thick layer of grime and dust. And there's a little something something, some extra cash. That's good news. We like extra cash. And I passed up a little something something too. And it looks like we got something there. Another book. Monsters of the Deadfire Apocagello. Ooh, what's that? Scroll of Jolting Touch. Cool. Let's go through our inventory here. Scroll of Jolting Touch, huh? Let's put that in his quick items. Let's put this potion here in case I need it. And I like her to have the bow that she has. I don't need her having a crossbow. This can actually go into the chest as well as this stuff. They're not really usable and I don't really want them bogging my people down. Actually, that can go in the chest as well. Close that up. Let's move on here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think so. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Not seeing anything. Well, there we go. A couple more books. Then go right into the bin. Ooh, what's this? +2 mechanics. Does anyone have +2 mechanics? Where am I going to find that? And I don't see it there. Oh, here we go. Okay, so mechanics. Nope. Negatory. What's he got in mechanics? He's got 2 mechanics. Let's try him.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Alright, excellent. Oh, a crossbow.
I'm here.
And nothing else? Okay. Uh-oh. What's that? That's in another room. Okay, well, we have to go around. Uh-oh, here we go.
Yes?
Everybody attack this man. Or the Skeldar, as the case may be. Doesn't look like he's going to get around those dudes. Ooh. Dude's got some bad breath. Alright. Uh-oh. That means evildoers are afoot. Okay. Again, I only see one dude, so let's have everybody attack him and see how that works out for us. Still, I don't see anybody else, so that's good news. What is this little icon here? Labor's resting room bonus. Oh, that's from where I slept in the inn. Okay.
Yes?
What's this here? Vermin have scored the plates, though mold still grows in green-black clumps across the table. That, my friends, is nasty. Is there anything I'm missing here? Doesn't look like it. Now, let's get spread out the way we're supposed to be. There we go. Okay. Is there anything down here? Nope, just a wall. These collapsed stones are pocketed with burrows and narrow crevices, claw marks, and dung marks the passage of beasts. Okay, I guess that's the Skuldars or whatever the hell they're called. What do we got here? I don't know. Can the lion open it? I guess not.
Yes?
Alright, why don't you try and open it?
It feels like poison.
Ugh. Okay. So that hurt, apparently. You know what? My guys are looking pretty ill right now. She's the only one who's pretty much untouched. So I'm going to go ahead and camp. And I've yet to see anything attack me while I'm camping.
Yes?
Which you would think in a place like this you would most definitely be. Like spiders or rats would try and catch up on you when you're sleeping. Just as I had suspected, there is a creature in here. Oh, there are lots of creatures in there. Okay.
Hey.
This could probably end poorly. Let's have you do that. Actually, I want you to straight up knock this guy on his ass if you can. What about you? What's your special powers? Oh, I forgot. You got your Flames of Devotion. Let's do that. And have you rush out into the middle here. The lion can chill right here.
Eh?
Yeah, you just keep focusing. Actually, you know what? Put the hunter's mark on this bad boy here. And then you... Necrocratic Lance. Let's do that on him as well. Try and take him out as quickly as possible. Alright, now we're going to put this guy right, the lion right on this dude. Hopefully that means nothing creeps around us. Did he do his magic? He has not done his magic. What? Why have you not done your magic, man?
But I'm slowly dying of poison.
That's not good, dude.
I'm here.
Magic. I demand magic, my friend.
Feels like poison.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oof, I'm hurt. One down. Two down.
But I'm slowly dying of poison.
Yeah, you thought so, buddy. Alright, looks like we have bested the Skulders. Uh-oh. What the hell is that? Floating skull? Can I talk to it? A haze fills the air, coalescing steadily into a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into an outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. But stronger than the sight in this scene, within you of powerful energy, it roils and seethes with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them, until the sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards you and into you, and suddenly you are elsewhere. Before you is a brightly lit stone corridor lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps echoing off of the stone around you. You forget to tie your sandals, and they're slipping from your feet, fouling your steps. You're late, again. The rite's going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell, and your spirits lift as you recognize the familiar warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in the night sky, and the last to fade in the dawn's light. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. The lights fade, and as does the memory, and when your eyes clear, the spirit is gone. Okay. Let's see here. Why don't you pick up some stuff, one? Skulder ears it is. What's this? Powerful odor of spices rises from one of these dishes. Vibrant dyes and grain seeds fill the others.
I'm here.
Is there anything else in here? What, no loot? Come on, man. It's gotta be something. Aha! You're trying to hide from me. What do we got here? Amethyst? Ooh, that's good. And some gold. Digging that.
Yes?
Alright, guys. Well, it looks like we're about to go over on time here, so I think we're going to go ahead and stop the video here, and we will do another one in the next day or two. Anyway, guys, it is Mitsurugi Jones. This is Pillars of Eternity. Thanks for watching, and we will check you next time.